Hey guys, so today I'm going to show you this super requested smoky eye look, and I have never really done a good smoky eye look, so I'm like really excited for this, and let's get into it. So obviously we're starting with a clean face, and for today I'm starting off with the Jaclyn Hill palette and taking this like light brown shade as the transition shade. And for this look there's going to be 3 shades: the transition shade, the like medium brown shade, and then the black shade. So I'm first taking the transition shade as a transition and just popping that all throughout the crease. Next, I'm going into our second shade and applying this into the crease, and obviously not going up as high as a transition shade, and this is just going to deepen our crease furthermore. And then always take your transition shade and blend out the edges. So next onto the black, which is kind of intimidating for me because I never really go into black, but obviously for a smoky eye you need black. And at first I'm just packing the color on my lid, and then I'm going to focus on the blending aspect. So once I've packed in the color, I'm going in with the second shade, which is our medium brown, and I'm just kind of blending the edges out. And then I'm going into our lightest shade, which is the transition shade, and blending out the edges. And then I repeat those same steps once again. I pack on the black shade onto the lid. Then I go on to the medium brown shade and blend out that black. And then go into our transition shade and blend out all the edges once again. And I repeated this step like a good 2-3 times until I got my desired blend and darkness. So next, I went ahead and applied some mascara so that we could prep for falsies, and today I used the I Need You Lashes by The Makeup Shack, which by the way died after this look. So then off camera I went ahead and did my other eye and decided to add this like pigment from Star Crushed Minerals in the shade Heavy Metal. And for primer I am using the Fenty Beauty Primer, which is amazing. And I really focused on my skin for this look, so I decided to go in with some High Beam from Benefit, which is just like a liquid highlight, and apply that to the high points of my face just to kind of make it glowy base, if that makes sense. So I just blended that out. For foundation today, I'm using the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Foundation, which I know is drugstore, but there ain't nothing wrong with drugstore foundation. In fact, I love how this foundation looks on my skin. It's definitely one of my favorites. And to blend it out, I dampened my sponge with the Mario Badescu spray just to kind of make my skin look glowy and everything blends nicely together. For concealer, I went in with the ColourPop No Filter Concealer, but then went in with the Shape Tape Concealer as well because it's like a lot more brightening, because the ColourPop Concealer does oxidize a little bit, so I had to kind of brighten up those areas. Then I blended that out with this brush at first, just like for my cheeks, and then I blended everything else with my Morphe sponge. For powder, I'm going in with the Coty Airspun Translucent Setting Powder, and I am baking underneath my eyes and then just patting that powder on the rest of my face to set it. So for highlighter, I went in with Fenty Beauty highlighter, and I first went in with the soft side and then built upon that with the blinding side, and just applied this basically everywhere, wherever you apply highlight. That's obviously up to you. sunshine, cause she need it.
So rain fall in the evening, the waves crash down and we feel them. Say here's to the nights we steal them. And I'll be running.
And then I decided to go in with the bronzer. The reason why I started with highlight today was just so that the highlight doesn't look like a stripe, because the bronzer kind of like blends everything out. For the bronzer, I use the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette, which has been ages since I've used it, so it's definitely good to go back to good old throwback, and I really like the pigment and just the formula of this palette overall. So next I decided to kind of carve my contour a little bit with some powder, but basically blended that out immediately, but it does help clean up the edges a little bit more. So for the rest of the eyes, I just added some highlight in the inner corners. So then I just set my face with the Mario Badescu spray and just kind of like fanned that down. So for the rest of the eyes, I took this dark brown shade because I'm too much of a wimp to use full-on black on my lower lash line, and I just applied that all throughout my lower lash line and blended that out with our medium brown shade we used on our eyes. And obviously, since it's a smoky eye, I went in with the NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil in a brown shade, which I was really scared about. I never do this. I always feel like it looks bad on me. But I ended up really feeling it in the end. And I don't know, I just really liked how it turned out. And for lips, lastly, I went in with the ColourPop Lippy Stick in the shade Pillow Talk. It's like a nude, cool tone shade. And then went in with a gloss from Kylie Cosmetics over top. But I didn't really like how it looked, so I took everything off and just reapplied the ColourPop Lippy Stick on top without the gloss. And I really liked how it looked, way better like that. So yeah, that is the finished look. I'm sorry this was a voiceover. I was kind of lazy, not gonna lie. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed, and I will see you in my next video. Love you.